Sir, please return to your seat. We're in the middle of a performance. And in fact, the elf on stage is like, oh, what's this? A hubbub in the crowd? Well, perhaps enjoy the show. Don't worry. I know sometimes it can inspire everyone to stand up with joy when they see our levitating beauties. But I assure you, the show will be, but Aldir is, he looks back at the woman who is just staring at you, Dominic. The sort of staff member, sort of seeing how many people is now like calling over like security, and in fact that trudge is kind of like being summoned into the room to sort of walk over that giant mushroom-like thing. And he's saying, Mr. O'Leary, do we need to remove these people? Dominic, I want you to, in spite of your circumstances, make an intimidation check.
All right. Let's do this. +7, huh? 9 + 7 is 16. So I just look straight at him, and I say, and I'll say, what do I say? I'll say, my people know I am here, and they know I've been wronged. So I suggest we just have a little chat. No weapons, just a friendly banter.
The woman with the hand on the knife. Who in this group is proficient in insight, actually?
I am.
Luminus.
I am too.
And Sha'Nehl.
I am.
Luminus, Sha'Nehl, and Leo. Why don't you go ahead and give me insight checks? Oh, it was a 19, then it was a 1. Never mind.
17.
17.
22.
16.
All of these
All of
will
them,
be high enough. None of them would have been high enough had it stayed on the 19, but it tipped to the 1. And in large point, this actually makes sense because of what has just been said. This woman, for a brief moment, has a look on her face that clearly screams, "Fuck this fucking idiot," referring to Aldir O'Leary. Aldir nods to Dominic and says, "We'll go up to my private room." And the guy says, "Very good, sir." And the woman sheathes her knife, and now you no longer feel anything at your throat. Aldir stands, and she starts walking with him, kind of looking back at all of you as you are let off. That trudge is kind of there also, just like wondering if anything needs to happen. And in fact, you now see Lens of Vainglory stepping in from another door, but you are being led upstairs.
Fantastic.
Everyone
Do
or
they all
just
go?
Dominic?
Or just, yeah.
I'm not walking
Right,
there
they're
alone.
welcome
I'm
to
not
you.
stupid.
If
I'm
any of
going
you,
no matter what.
if any of you would prefer to just stay down and watch the show, you are welcome to do so. But no one will stop you if you're going up.
No, this is
Duchess
good
is
for this
going.
thing.
Okay. So you go up a very ornate staircase near the back of the theater. You pass a sort of like not like a guard, but sort of just an attendant who seems to be there to make sure the wrong people don't come up this way. Seeing
orcs.
Molly and O'Leary, seeing this woman, her name's Molly. Spoiler alert. And Aldir, this person kind of like lets them through, but then sees the rest, and the woman just kind of gives a nod. Aldir continues walking ahead. She's kind of, putting herself between him and all of you, and Aldir goes to a door of like a very sort of, there appear to be some hotel rooms up here. You're walking down a nice carpeted hallway with kind of like nice ornate molding along the ceilings here. Very floral patterns, all very elvish with feathers carved. And as you sort of get to this spot, Aldir opens the door. It doesn't even appear to be locked. The woman just kind of looks at all of you and just sort of says, "Actually, 20. Never mind. She doesn't say anything. She just looks through each and every one of you with a glance that tells you if she really wanted to, she would kill you before you knew it was happening.
You know, I've been in many places of pleasure in my life, and never have I had welcome like this. It's novelty.
Get used to it.
Dominic, I think at this point you notice a light-colored reflective metal leaf on a necklace on this woman's neck.
Also a silver leaf, huh?
She just glances at all of you.
Yeah, that is much.
And then backs into the room. You hear some voices, and in fact, you see Aldir kind of like straightening up a couple of things and rousing a couple of half-clothed to no-clothed elvish women and sort of shepherding them towards like an inner bedroom, which they're closing the door in. You all smell a pretty distinct odor of heated potions, and you do see that amidst various sort of like still smoking cigarettes in an ashtray on the table, you see some bottles sort of still with a residue of potion inside. Aldir kind of is just sort of trying to, throw some negligees behind a chair or whatever. He just kind of looks very nervous. He's kind of, he's standing like on the other side of a sofa. He's kind of looking at all of you. He looks very, very antsy. This woman kind of positions herself in sort of the center of the room. There are several chairs you could sit in without sort of going close to him. He's back now kind of by like a little like dinette area.
I'll just take the closest seat. I have no fear. I mean, she can kill me, but
Oh, is she standing between us and Aldir?
She's not like, because there's also 5 of you. She's just kind of staying in the middle of the room. There's sort of a sofa that looks at this door that enters, and there's various chairs there. Aldir's like pacing on the other side of that sofa, and she's just kind of standing around where the sofa is, just kind of.
Duchess is just gonna sit on the sofa.
As you kind of come
are you
close,
on full like this?
She kind of gives a look, but yeah, you're able to do so, and Aldir sort of glances, and Duchess, if you can certainly do some shtick of like, you sit down and then fish out a bra from under where you were and toss that to the side, whatever. But plenty of shtick opportunities. Do the rest of you also sit down? Sha'Nehl, Leo, Luminus?
Does the door to this room open in toward the room?
Yes, it
That'd be a
does. I
fire
think
hazard.
typically,
Alright,
room doors always open
hotel
in.
typically up inwards, yeah.
I will be leaning against the door then.
This female elf, she sort of notices this. She also seems to be incredibly pale. Like she seems very, very, very light in color, dark hair. But she kind of just smirks at you doing that, Luminus.
She has to look of, I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me.
Oh, I know. I completely agree.
Leo,
I just want to make sure nobody else comes in.
Leo, Sha'Nehl,
I'm just gonna stand to the side and take out a sharp mannequin pose. Something just.
That's upsetting.
Yeah, seriously.
I see.
I'm going to put my coat on Chanel's arm like a coat hanger and then sit down.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Let's cut to
Tactics
the chase
are weird.
here, Aldir.
So weird.
You wanted to kill these lot. I point to these 2 creepy things. I mean, fair. But did you have to do that in my bar? Actually, how long have Zipgun's been your friend for a while now, hasn't he? Because I know. He's killed a few people accidentally.
Accidentally in large quotation marks.
That was implied, Leo.
Yes, well. I'm not so good with the implications. It's not my first language.
Aldir is just kind of looking very antsy. The woman's just looking at him. Basically, she's just waiting for this to go south and this to just be a really bad bloodbath.
We are not after you. We are just curious. What the hell is going on?
Are you gonna pay me back for my bar?
Aldir looks
Yeah,
up.
and he wants his windows fixed.
You want,
Not just the windows.
To be fair, it's more than just windows.
Exactly.
There's a lot of things.
Yes.
you want your windows fixed?
They really
Okay.
tied the room together.
Look,
Close the
Yeah,
room
I get
anymore.
it.
you know how the alley and Little Tarantula these things happen. But you don't get to make a mess of my place and then not fix it. That's just not how things work here. So, why you wanted to kill these lot? Whatever.
Actually, I would like to know that. That is very important to me.
Me too.
I can he looks at the woman and he says, Molly, take him! And he just kind of ducks behind the couch. Like right on the other side of you, Duchess. And Molly just kind of,
She's not reacting
no.
like to kill us. No. Duchess, if this is a strength check, Duchess wouldn't do it, but she would just like to pick him up and put him on the right side of the couch. But
Make a,
A comedy check.
You know what? No, I'll tell you what. You can roll your animated attack for that. I'll let that
okay.
be like a grapple with your animated attack against him, as a,
Jesse.
okay, my animated attack,
yeah.
16.
With his
You roll a nat
natural
one.
one. I've rolled 2 nat ones on their behalf. With his nat 1, you do just like, with like a stretching arm, you just like
Okay,
lift
in that
him
case,
up.
well, okay, if I succeed, she's picking him up. She's gonna pull out a feather duster, dust off the spot for him, and then place him down.
Okay. As you do that, you do see Molly's hand goes to her knife for a second as you've made contact with him, but sort of upon seeing what's going on, Aldir's just like, what? And he's looking at her, and she just kind of just stares right through him.
And then she will dust off like the shoulders and everything too.
I look at
I
the
just want to talk.
Silverleaf. What's your name?
Molly, we already know it.
No, we
Not
actually
in
don't.
character.
Oh, we didn't.
Technically.
We didn't
Not
know.
in character.
Ooh.
Well, actually, we do now because he said Molly take them. So we
Oh,
do
that's
know.
right. Oh,
You do
okay.
know Molly, yeah.
That's right. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, you do it, yeah, that's true.
There we go. Molly, you seem like the right sort who understands the way these businesses go.
In response to those words, she actually kind of like, she sizes you up for a second. And then,
I mean, have you talked to Boudica?
she stares at Aldir again, and Aldir just says, she kind of walks over to you, Dominic. And I actually have that established, like the specific of this, so we can even just decide right now. Whether it's like whether it's some pendant that orcs wear, or it's a kind of handkerchief, or a carnation or something, whatever it is that a maid orc has.
Right.
What should it be?
Like in the Godfather, do they have some sort of thing?
I'm not sure that they necessarily have it could be a ring, it could be a...
I'm
It's
guessing
like
a
something
ring.
carved in
They,
your
us-
tusk
they
or
usually
something
kiss
like
the ring of the Don, right? So I'm just saying we have a lesser ring, not Don-like, but you know.
She walks right over to you. She not roughly but firmly just pulls up your hand, looks at your ring, and lets go of your hand, and just walks. She just walks back to where she was standing, staring at Aldir the whole time.
We do not want to start a war.
I would like to know why I was shot at.
Yes, me too.
I don't know what any of you were talking about. I really don't.
Okay, well, we know that is a lie,
but
so we
I
can skip
can-
that part of this conversation.
I can
But
I'm-
look, if we tell his boss what happened, then there will be a war between the orcs and the Silverleaf, and that is not good. Or you
Not
can
good for
just tell
business, I'll
tell us what's going on, and we go away and don't tell anybody.
Also, you fix his bar.
Yeah,
That was
and
very
fix
rude.
his windows.
I'll fix his bar. That's fine. I'll fix your bar. I'll pay for it to be fixed. That wasn't. None of this was supposed to happen.
What was
What's
supposed to happen?
Okay, I'm done. Wait.
Do you want it fixed? Do you want me to send? You want me to send menders? You want me to?
Oh, yeah,
you want me to send?
that'd be very nice. Yeah. Let's do
Okay, I'll send menders. I'll send the best in town. I'll send. I'll send. They'll have it fixed up immediately. It'll be better than it was. It's all on. That's
Oh.
fine.
that. Let's shake on that, Aldir.
Who wanted us dead?
Aldir,
Why?
kind of hand shaking, sweat.
I am very firm, but I am not actually trying to harm him. I'm just very firm.
He
in
shakes your
that
hand. He
This
pulls
is the way
back.
businesses are done, right? Mutual respect for each other's families. Correct? But I am curious though. What does this have to do with like a ladybug inked thing? This is really weird.
Duchess, do you get mad in response to that?
No.
Right, the mention of that, his eyes go extremely wide. What? The murder of what? Murder? What are you talking about? Of Dottie?
Oh,
Dead.
sweetheart, no one said her name and no one said she was murdered.
Oh, that's
man.
very awkward.
What happened to her?
Well, you obviously know
You-
she was murdered because
You,
you just said
you
it.
said she was murdered, yeah.
You
I
said
mean,
she was dead. Of course she's murdered if she's dead. Who did it?
Let's just say you won't be getting any more ink baths.
6 face slaps.
Wait, really?
Sad to say yes.
Question.
Go ahead.
How are tunes born or made in this universe? In universe. Can someone
Um,
theoretically ink another Dottie?
That is something that I'm going to say that you need to make a history check to that point, Dominic. In the meantime,
10. Perfectly balanced.
you're pretty sure somebody draws them with magic something. You don't know if somebody
Ah.
could make a new one.
Okay.
But I will say at this point, Aldir like goes over to his bar and just like knocks like the lid off a decanter and just pours a drink and just shoots it back. Molly's
So
just
could
watching
you-
this.
Perhaps fill us in on what is going on here. Please.
What
Obviously, this is bigger than you can handle.
We've
Who
had
did
one
it?
crazy
Who
day.
did it? Who?
We don't know. This is what we're here asking you questions. Please. Provide us some answers. Maybe we can find out who did it.
Bye.
You I can't believe she's. Is that? Was it that bugbear?
why would it be that
Why would
bugbear?
it be the bugbear?
Which bugbear?
That shit will not be.
I mean, there's lots of bugbears out there.
What
right?
is the connection with the bugbear?
She's the one who started all of this. He just starts pacing back and forth, getting very agitated.
Started it how?
I don't know. I don't understand what any of this is about.
Well, why did you send people to shoot up the alley?
I didn't know what it was. I didn't send anyone to do anything. I just introduced people to people. That's all. I just made some
Who did you
introductions.
introduce
Okay.
to who? Please, give us
Exactly.
names.
The elves, just Boudica and them. I just introduced them to a friend well,
To
I thought
Dacia.
she was, yeah.
So Dacia was the one who asked Boudica to do the shooting thing.
I don't know what anyone asked anyone to do. But Dottie's dead. Dottie has been killed. You're saying?
This is some. I'm gonna press X to accuse, press X to doubt, and see if he's telling the truth about not knowing anything about the shooting.
When
Not
he
knowing
asked,
anything about the shooting. Okay.
Yes.
When he asked if
I
Dottie's
will
really
too.
dead, Duchess will explain in very explicit detail how she died.
Okay.
Unnatural 20. Did he look genuine about not knowing about the shooting?
I got a 23.
23. What are you trying to find out, Luminus?
The same thing. Like, how honest is he about not? But basically, from what he's telling us,
He's claiming
Is he-
innocence, right?
Yeah.
He is claiming that he doesn't know much about the shooting. I would say that Dominic, you suspect he knows more about the shooting, but you don't suspect he is any kind of mastermind.
Well, he doesn't look like one for sure.
But he seems very agitated by something. I will say, sort of for free, both of you are sensing a new level of agitation on him. Both of you are pretty certain that he did not know Dottie was dead.
That okay.
How did you meet?
But
Do not see the
Luminus,
bugbear.
in addition to what he's in addition to thinking this, you suspect he knows a lot more about the nuts and bolts of the shooting.
Figured he's the capo. Stuff
He's-
doesn't happen under
He's
him
not the-
without
He's
him
not.
knowing.
He's not a capo.
He's
He's
not
not-
in the.
He's not even
he-
in the family.
He's not a part of the criminal organization. He's related
Oh.
to them. He's
He's
not
Michael Corleone.
He's
He's the
a
brother
cousin.
who's not in. Yeah.
He's not in the thing, but he certainly knows
so
something about something.
He's at the head of the Illyries?
Mm-mm.
No. He's
No.
not in the organization of the Illyries. He just uses their money to hang out here. Or
Duchess
places
will
like it.
explain how Dottie died in very explicit detail.
He can't handle it. He asked you to stop.
Well, I would stop, but we don't really have that much information to go on, so I can really only talk about the things I do know. So I'm just gonna keep talking
The
about
bugbear.
how she died.
It's the bugbear. That's who started all of this. That's who got all this. None of this should have happened.
Tell us more about it.
So Tasia.
Yes, how do you know Tasia?
I'm gonna pay for your
And then
bar,
all the
okay?
ink was drained from her. All of the ink, right? Just completely drained all over the floor.
It was quite
and
gruesome.
The smell of the ink. Have you ever smelled just several day old ink? Oh man,
God.
it was insane.
He rolls pretty low on a wisdom save. He doesn't faint, but he kind of just sits down on the couch and is just like,
Tell us about the bugbear. And
We're going to
will
keep annoying you until you
Just-
tell us what you want.
That
You know
just
what?
is going to
Actually-
Molly-
very sl-
actually, yeah. So okay, hold on. You say tell us about the bugbear. Leo says we're gonna keep annoying you. Duchess, what are you doing?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Very slowly. What?
I was gonna say she was gonna very slowly get close to his ear and just
Okay.
say, "She was still tied to the bed too."
He's. I mean, you are. I mean, Duchess. He's completely overwhelmed as you've said all of that.
So, I just want to size him up and see if he's, still fit to tell us anymore, or if he's just overwhelmed with stuff.
Based on your 20 that you rolled, kind of just getting a vibe of this guy, though you think he certainly may. Well, you think he may know a little bit more. But you think you certainly don't think he's a mastermind or anything, but he
Right.
seems completely, this Dottie news seems to have rocked him, and he seems disinclined to
All right. So, I'm gonna stand up, pull out my card to the bar. Well, he knows where it is, but I'm just gonna give it to. Actually, I'll go up to Molly, put it in her hand.
Molly,
she'll
without
accept it.
looking at you, takes it.
I'll say,
Molly, do you know more about the bugbear?
She looks at the card, Dominic. She nods to you. She walks over to the door where Luminus is leaning. She just stares at you, Luminus.
I slowly move out of the way.
She pulls the door open and just looks at all of you.
I get the implication. I'm just gonna one word to O'Leary and say, "Well, Molly has my card. You know where to send. Well, you already knew where to send your guys already. So, if you wish to discuss about this further, you'll know where to find me, and maybe find some grief counselors too." Anyway, I'll walk towards Molly and nod.
She doesn't quite nod, but she gives you a look of not total disdain as you walk out.
Right. Give my
Requisite
regards
respect kind of thing, yeah.
Give my regards to Boudica. Hope her finger healed. That was my fault, by the way.
Make an insight roll on that, Dominic.
That's just an 8. So I don't know what I read about her.
She seems completely unreadable. Aldir is just looking at Dutch, or looking through Duchess, kind of just looking completely crazy. But he doesn't seem like he's gonna say anything else.
I take my coat off of the Sha'Nehl rack and put it back on.
All right, do you all head out?
Leo's going to linger for a moment.
I'll head out, and when I pass by Molly, I'll say, "We should do this again sometime."
She doesn't even look at you.
Duchess
Rude.
will get up and kind of smooth out her dress and everything and say, "Well, it's too bad we don't know more. We could avenge her death. Nobody likes a dead ladybug tune after all." And then I'll walk out.
He
I
kind of
will
looks at you for a
linger with
moment about
you.
that, but doesn't say anything. Sha'Nehl,
I just linger with Leo.
you guys are staying in the room.
For a
Oh,
second, I want to say
okay.
something.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We are going to find Tasia. And we are going to make her answer for what she may or may not have done. If you'd like to be useful to us, and tell us what you know, I suggest you do it right now. Otherwise, we will leave you be, let you wallow in your pool of tears and possibly piss, and be on our way.
You feel just a knife blade at your throat, and you feel
Yes,
You
kill me if
you
want.
you
I've
feel
died
a
before.
toe
It is no
starting
big
to
deal.
tap as she's just there, kind of tapping her toe. She's wearing very nice shoes, but now she's holding a knife, and you see the blade of it seems to be black and soft and kind of vaguely shadowy, and you feel it against your throat.
Fine. I have said what I needed to say. You are very impatient. I back away and go out the
Anyway,
door.
he's a mannequin. You could take his head off.
I have died before. It's no big deal. I will leave the room.
And you could take his head off and he'd be fine. Let's go, Leo.
All
I
right.
already went.
He'll leave gone.
Are you saying? Are you saying anything else, Sha'Nehl? You're not the last one in the room.
Oh, I'm just going.
As you walk out, Sha'Nehl, you actually are the only one who'll hear this. He kind of turns to her and starts whispering something. You do speak, you all speak Elvish. I want you to make a perception check. You're going to hear something with your passive, but just if you sort of strain to listen a little bit more, go ahead.
No, 8.
You hear something about, just the only word you really make out, kind of he says it with a little more, just is the word orc. And as kind of at this point, you hear this as you're passing the door, the plane of the door as you're passing out.
Threshold.
And he's kind of saying orc, and she just kind of looks at him, but then she glances back at you and kind of flicks the knife, and you feel like an invisible, or not on you, like an invisible knife tip kind of just like touches the side of the door and just pushes it closed. So Godfather style, the door kind of just, slowly closes in your face. But you heard him saying one last thing to her.
Ooh, I wonder
Now
if
you're
that
all
orc
out there in the hallway.
refers to zip gun.
He's a brickborn.
Zip gun's a brickborn.
Oh, is it right?
He's probably talking about Il Grazioso. That's the only tie for an orc and him.
Well, you
And
are an
Dottie.
orc. Maybe they want to kill you. No.
Nah, everyone. I'm a mobster. Lots of people want to kill me. I'm just guessing if he knows Dottie, that's referring to that torn out page, which we've determined to be Il Grazioso, Trachillian.
Oh yeah, he's an orc. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's an orc.
But we don't know who.
So basically, Dominic, you sensed, again, kind of to recap the stuff, because clearly this was a situation where, in spite of like you had a conversation, you asked a lot of questions, his babysitter was like, okay, that's enough, and kind of sent you guys out of the room. When the two of you made your insight checks, Dominic, you got the sense that he knew more than he was letting on, but was no mastermind. Luminus, you sensed, because literally the 20 and the 23 where you were, he was in the middle of that. Luminus, you sensed definitive deceit.
Oh.
Just to clarify sort of. The
Oh, he
differences there.
actually. So he's not the mastermind, but he knows exactly what happened.
You sensed,
Or,
that
or
he-
like at least he knows more than he did. He
He-
told us.
You know that Dominic got a sense that he was, kind of that he was being shady, whatever. You know that he spoke words that were not true. That's the difference. You know that he said he something he said may not be the truth.
Maybe about the bugbear.
Could be about Tasha, could be about anything, but he wasn't completely truthful.
Well, I'm done. Once my windows are fixed, and we're all good to go.
Hold on, you may be used to being targeted for a murder, but it has only happened to me one other time, so I would like to, make sure this attempt isn't successful.
And I would like to point out that the persons who wanted to kill us will probably now want you to kill you for the same reason.
I'll point out that the
They-
attempt
you
was
are-
actually unsuccessful.
You are involved with us now.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that attempt.
Oh, okay.
So whatever happens to us will happen to you.
That is a pain in the ass, isn't it?
It is indeed.
We're all tied into some big conspiracy with some major general kill gun or whatever
It
they
had
call it.
Are we,
something
though?
to do with Project Skip Bleach.
Okay, here's the
You
thing.
did not just say that out loud.
I did. We are all involved. He might better know it.
What?
Duchess,
What
please
does
make
he
a
have to
morality
do-
saving throw.
What does he have to
Morality
do with
saving?
that?
Whatever.
No, Duchess.
No, I know. I just
We
Luminus-
Morality?
No.
Yeah.
Or integrity, I guess? Or
No, morality
morality.
saving throw.
the morality
Oh,
saving.
saving
throw.
throw. Sorry.
Yeah.
11.
Yeah, go ahead and put Sha'Nehl on your list. You don't have to do anything right now, but like Sha'Nehl's on your
Leo
list now.
immediately
Just
snaps toward Sha'Nehl, at the mention of the name, because they've very purposefully not been mentioning it.
Okay, so if
we
do
know
I have to
Skip
make a
Leach.
perception check to see if I see Leo do that? Or do I just see him?
I'm gonna say because you failed the morality saving throw, you are so hypersensitive to this now. No check required. You see Leo, and instantly when she says we were all involved, with dark, vengeful certainty, you know that Sha'Nehl, Leo, and that fucking rat were involved in Project Skip Leach.
Okay.
And we know canonically Skip Leach is the thing that caused the color to get out of the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, this is a lot worse than I thought.
Hold on. You're telling me a potential mob war wasn't the biggest thing that could have happened from all of this? It's tied into us losing all of our color?
I'm not sure if it was supposed to happen like that. Something went wrong. Maybe it was sabotage.
Well, that's the thing, though.
Sabotage my
You keep talking about, this wasn't supposed to happen this way, that way, but then
I
you're always
was-
vague about what happened exactly
I do
in
not
that
know.
thing.
I was in security, not in the science division.
Oh, that's easy for you to say, huh?
Well, it is
What about
so.
you, Tri-Face?
I haven't said anything.
He's implicated you too.
Well, at the very least, I want to avenge that poor tune. So I guess I'll help you guys out a bit.
I'd like to inside check that.
Well, I'm not lying.
You
She
don't
does
have any.
want
I
to.
don't think you have any reason to doubt that. You don't know she just made a morality
There-
saving throw.
And
Okay.
that just absolutely
yeah.
before you guys talked
Leo's
about
on
Skipley,
guard right now, though. because he
wanted
didn't,
to like avenge that tune.
didn't want Skipley to be mentioned at all.
She's the only one that was even like looking into it before today. So like,
Yeah, I don't know what
that
her
just
deal
does
is.
care about the tune.
Go ahead. Actually, go ahead and roll an insight check, Leo. But this is a more general insight check.
Nat 20. Plus
Okay.
3.
In that case, Leo, I think Duchess roll a deception check. But it's not a. This is you're not Leo. You're not doing anything specifically here.
18.
18. So Leo, I would say that you are very sure that Luminus, Dominic, and Duchess, based on like the weirdness that was going on, say nothing, they have all already made up their minds that you, Sha'Nehl, and Scrakk, who's now missing, are involved in, yes, that most secret and like now kind of reviled of projects. I will say with the role you do, you know that Duchess is in particular
Interested in that fact.
like I mean, no one's happy about it, but Duchess seems upset, and I mean, I can't imagine Luminus loves it either, being a fucking dragonborn. So you are with two people who were particularly affected by that, being the painted whose colors no longer function the way they used to, and a dragonborn who's lost his breath weapon. So yeah, kind of deceptions notwithstanding, you know
Not
that
just
Duchess,
his breath weapon, his racial superiority among his own species.
Yeah,
Like-
racial identity is gone.
you also know
Thank
that
you.
you also know
My
that
bar
Duchess
was
is-
shot.
You know that Duchess and my bar was shot.
They really tied the room together, man.
They tied the whole
Um,
bar together.
Yeah, so did the walls.
As you're all out here in this, you actually hear some voices inside the room. You guys are just kind of here in the hallway. You hear some voices back in the room, and the door opens, and Aldir is standing there, and he just looks at all of you and says, "Did anyone die in the shooting? Did anybody die?"
None of our guys.
Perhaps.
There were some elves.
No one that was in the bar died.
That's true.
I mean, we were defending ourselves. How are we supposed to know that it was your people? I mean, this only happened a day or two yesterday, actually.
It was just last
Yeah.
night, yeah.
Jesus, it's
Yeah.
only been a night.
Yeah, we've had a really eventful day. Thank you.
Oh,
He just kind of glares at all of you for a second. I already made a call. They're gonna fix it. They'll fix it in the morning.
Got it. Oh,
Just
Who's fixing what? Because I don't think poor Miss Dolly can come back.
he. In this case, that was actually potentially counterintuitive. Unable to take it, he goes back in the room and the door closes again.
I'm fine with it.
Yes.
That was counterproductive. Yeah. But it
You're a
or
terrible
actually
negotiator.
perhaps not for
Who
your.
was negotiating?
Yeah, that's not.
Maybe
Yeah,
he
you're.
would have told us something.
wow.
I don't think Duchess really cares about who was trying to kill you because she.
The man was ready to spill all the beans.
No, he's gonna.
Oh, he's still
gonna-
spilling his beans just in the other room now. It's fine.
Why can't I hold all
Um,
these beans?
I don't think that's beans.
Anyway, we've been discussing this within the second floor of this
Yeah,
thing.
nobody. You guys just were all in the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay, let's let's head back to my bar, and we can discuss about these things further. Okay?
You can, although if people want to sort of call it a night at this point, it is sort of, you know.
Oh yeah, it's pretty late.
It's pretty late, so perhaps you guys can sort of break for the evening. Leo, Sha'Nehl, and Scrakk is gone, but I think they were probably going to. Or Luminus, you stayed with them at that safe house as well, correct?
Yeah.
Are you going to go with them now? That you've heard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is the safe house just Sha'Nehl and Leo?
It's now just Sha'Nehl and Leo, and you.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's no little rat making it less creepy.
Yeah, because rats really make it
I
think.
can't imagine why you would have problems sticking with us. Switches my face. Yes, we're quite the nice.
No,
I will say that is the least disturbing thing about you right now. Hey, Duchess, do you have a spare bed?
She has an apartment, right? Probably not.
There is not a spare bed at your place, no. In fact, the only bed that's there is a Murphy bed. I mean, I guess you could... Luminus is not going to fit on your sofa.
I was about to say, yeah, there's the sofa. I mean,
Luminus
sleep on
can
the
drop,
floor.
like, Luminus will be like, you know, cartoonishly spilling off the sides of that sofa, but that technically is there, yes.
Is it not possible to draw a new bed for a night?
That's not how tunes work.
I don't know how it all works.
No,
It
artist.
just happens.
I'm no artist. I'm just the art. I mean,
I'm actually curious. It's like, no,
I
I
mean-
don't mean to impose. I'm actually just curious.
look, I can't promise you comfort, but we won't kick you out in the middle of the night with, you know, drawn things on your face.
We?
Yeah, me and my husband.
You're married?
You're not?
No. Not at all.
Yeah, I'm married.
You know, I'm curious to meet your husband now, actually.
Yeah, I've actually known you for for a long time now.
For
You're
Oh,
very
you
young.
24
yes.
whole hours, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, Dominic's known you for a couple months, but yeah, the rest
that's
of
true. I'm sure. I should probably call him and let him know we're having guests over because he doesn't like surprises.
Really?
Husband or rabbit?
He married you, and he doesn't like surprises.
He doesn't like outside surprises. Like there's the surprises I do where, you know, sometimes I wake him
Oh.
up with a steamroller or things like that. That's fine. But like if I can't, you know, if I just brought people over, he'd be so flustered by that. He can't.
You know
I
what?
just,
Sure.
I just gotta call him. Is other? Were you coming? Was it multiple people coming, or he might?
No,
he
no, I'm pretty sure
wanna,
it's
like,
just me.
have snacks ready. Okay, yeah,
No,
sure
we're
thing.
going to safe house.
Okay,
Yes.
I will call Freddie and let him know that I'm bringing a dragonborn to sleep on our maybe couch.
Okay. You can
It's free.
on the way out, under the watchful eye of the Trudge, you can call Freddy and let him know that.
Wait, she doesn't have a phone. She can just.
Not at this level. Next level, she can.
Oh, okay.
It was a joke phone. It was just like a toys. Yeah,
that's
not
a
real.
toy phone. No, she has to actually dial in. She's at second level, which we'll get to, you know, hopefully soon. What was the thing? Accomplished literally one thing. But yeah, we'll
Well, if his Windows gets fixed, then we accomplished something.
spoiler alert, that actually is correct.
Window experience.
Classic.
Window
Complete.
XP.
Windows fixed.
To get renovation.
Do we get
but,
plus 10% if we wash them?
All right, so Duchess, if you put in a call to Freddy and let him know that a dragonborn is coming, I assume you are telling, not asking.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Okay.
I mean, like, I'm not telling in like a mean way, like, but like, I wouldn't need to ask him permission. Like, I would tell him, and then he would say, "Oh no, because X," and then I would say, "Okay, never mind," and I would relay that. But I'm not really like asking permission.
Understood. Well then, in that case, then you have delivered that message. So, Everyone is now breaking for the evening. Duchess is going to bring Luminus back to her place. Sha'Nehl and Leo are going to the safe house. Dominic, you're just going back to the alley.
I'll leisurely stroll down the, what was it called? The Walk of Fame of, what was it? 'Cause
Hollyberry Boulevard.
Yeah, I'm a tourist here. I've never been to Hollyberry before, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna leisurely stroll down there.
So actually, if you guys are doing that, I think many of you are sort of beginning to head in the same directions, although Sha'Nehl and Leo, I believe your safe house is actually more sort of, I think it was, did we say where your safe house was? I'm not even sure which neighborhood it was in.
Was it not also in Hollyberry, or am I imagining that?
It might have been in Hollyberry. I think it would have been more likely to be in, let me look at that, actually.
It's totally in South Central, isn't it?
No, it's Cook Park. It's Cook
in
Park. That's
Compton.
right. No. Your safe house is actually in a very old money, expensive area. So Leo and Sha'Nehl actually from Vesper Circle, they'll be going a completely different direction. But Duchess, Contessa, Luminus, and Dominic are all going to be going up, back up Hollyberry Boulevard, out of Vesper Circle. Duchess and Luminus, Duchess, you're gonna go to your sort of neighborhood in Hollyberry Grove, where most of the tunes are. But Dominic, you can just kind of carry up, so you'll sort of spot them as they're going. Now, I will, however, ask at this time. I understand many people are going to various things. Does anybody want to do any sort of personal business, private things they're following up on? You are also welcome to do that with people you're with if you want to. And obviously, the two mannequins might want to have a discussion before we get to that. But I'm kind of, let me get the temperature of what everybody wants to do right now. So mannequins want to have a chat. Is that correct? And then,
Yes, I want to pull Sha'Nehl aside.
I mean, you guys are going to walk together. You'll have plenty of time to talk. So I'll let you guys chat, and then you can decide what things you want to do. Sha'Nehl, you can certainly follow up with Typo at this time. Dominic, is there anything you want to do, or you are just going to see the sights, head home, sleep the sleep of justice because you're getting your window fixed?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Luminus, and Duchess. Luminus, is there anything you want to do other than try every single ice cream cart on the street?
Other than that, I would just like to learn all about Freddy and who he is, and if he cooks, and if he does, what does he like to cook?
Understood.
Duchess,
on your way home, do you want to do anything? You know, with Luminus, or if you want to lose Luminus or whatever, is there anything you want to take
if
care of
I
this time?
see any insects or dominatrix tunes on the street, I do want to ask them a question, but I guess if I'm taking Luminus with me, I will just see if there's any on the way and not necessarily go looking for them.
I'll tell you what, you could take the way that's going to take you past where some of the Inked of the Night might be hanging out on one of those streets. So you can lead Luminus to your place by a somewhat circuitous way past there. So we will do that in a moment. So in that case, we're going to do, we'll say odds for Hollyberry, evens for Cook Park. And it is evens. So as you two mannequins walk through Vesper Circle, leaving Vesper Circle, heading to the safe house, you can certainly have a conversation. Leo, it sounds like you want to initiate that.
Yes. Sha'Nehl,
Yes?
you cannot use the name Project Skipwitch so loosely.
They should know. They are involved. It is dangerous for them not to know.
We've only known them for a day. They could be spies. They could be vengeful. They could come after us.
You could be a spy.
I mean, I guess so, but you literally were a spy. You should probably know that, right?
And I know where all this secrecy led us. We need these people, but we cannot hold such an important thing secret from them. Their lives are on the line.
It is not our decision to make who gets to know.
Then who it is then?
People higher up than us.
The higher ups cannot be trusted.
It remains to be seen. But the more people know about our involvement in the project, the more danger we are in.
We are
Keep that in
in
mind.
danger. The danger, I believe, comes from higher up.
We'll see.
These people could not have engineered the attack. It had to be somebody who knew about all of us, all three of us.
The people who
And it
engineered
had
the
to be
attack are
hard.
not. The
Yeah,
people
it
who
wasn't.
engineered the attack are not our only enemies, Sha'Nehl.
They are our biggest enemies.
Just be careful.
Well, it's hard to know what's going on.
That we can agree on. That little shitter of an elf was very useless. It seems we'll have to find Tatya and make her squeal.
I do not know what is going on with Professor Brunotti. Now I'm unsure which side she's on. She could be set up, or she could be the bad guy in this. I do not know.
All the more reason to find her and hear her side from her mouth.
It is.
We'll start looking tomorrow, I suppose.
Yes, I agree.
What do you think of our companions?
They are what they call a motley crew.
We play music. We do.
Especially
Yes,
that-
You are a very motley crew. That is
Dr.
entirely
Feelgood.
correct.
that Grayskin is very focused on that stupid bar. Very, very, very narrow focus. And
Yes.
the cartoon lady is strange, but interesting strange. The lizard guy with the ice cream, I don't understand. It's a mystery. What do you think?
Well, they all seem very strange to me as a very normal person myself, so...
It is true, we had only two normal persons.
Hello, fellow normal person. Let's talk about those weird people.
It
As
is,
these two,
it is hard,
like
but we
the
have
two
to
of you
stick
say
together.
this, and like you like
Two
pass under
normal
a
people.
street lamp, and just like some child walking with their parent like shudders, and there's just these two like dead face. Just can we trust these people? No, they're completely weird.
Was it 30 Rock where it's like Steve Buscemi and he's like, "Hello, fellow kids," like
Yeah.
the same energy.
Oh, that was a
Hello, normal
SNL.
people
Yeah.
like me.
Am I the weird one?
Yeah.
No, it's the
I
humans
do-
who are strange.
I do imagine that as you said that, Leo, of like they're all weird, we're the only normal ones. As you like pass, both of you just in unison, terrifyingly, just like turn to some passerby. Um,
Can I
Especially
check-
if Leo was to switch faces in there.
I'd like to see the data on like children's nightmares of mannequins after the mannequins became real.
it's what we in like graphing and math, it's what we call an asymptote. It is in which it approaches infinity at a rate that kind of like you no longer it
And
immediately
exponentially increase. Yeah.
Ever climbing.
as take the limit as x approaches infinity.
Any chance I can? How would a typo get me message? Is there a
I will say
Dropbox or
because
something?
you would have told Typo what safe house you were at. So there's
It
the
would be
chance
there, okay.
that yeah.
Maybe you'll find like a letter somewhere.
So Leo, I want to confess something to you.
Really?
I was supposed to stop the sabotage that caused the explosion that killed you. But I was given wrong information and went to the wrong place. I feel there were elements in the ODE who were working against us, even back then.
Thank you for telling me, Sha'Nehl.
It was an enemy agent who did that.
Actually, I think
By the
Leo.
way, we are staying at his house, at his place. That is our safe house.
Leo, would they have told you? It was like Sha'Nehl is certainly not the only person who knew who it was who sort of took you out. I wonder if they would have told Leo that. I'm actually going to roll for a psych evaluation earlier on this. I'm going to just basically say the higher they roll here, the less likely it is they told you who killed you. They roll an 8. So, you actually know the name of the agent who was said to be responsible. Her name is Kylantha Dark. She was a high elf from Leonte, so basically she was a kind of like the equivalent like a British agent who sort of turned coat. Is her name Kylantha Dark? So basically, when Sha'Nehl says I didn't stop this and we're staying at the house of the person who killed you, you would have that name at your disposal.
Wait, we're staying at her house.
She doesn't need it anymore. She might be dead, but I'm not absolutely sure. There was a waterfall, and she fell.
Oh, she's totally alive.
Laughs.
That was Sherlock Holmes. It wasn't a waterfall. It was just a bridge. It was just a bridge in the rain.
There was a bridge. Okay, there she fell from a
I
bridge.
described it as like the Reichenbach Falls, but it was here in town. It was on the Stony
Okay,
Bridge.
sorry, it was the bridge. Does the bridge have a name?
Yeah, it is the
Not a waterfall bridge.
It's the bridge, not a waterfall. No, the bridge is called the Stoneway Bridge, and it is a massive suspension bridge made out of rock.
It was from the Stoneway Bridge. She should have died, but you know how these things go.
A suspension bridge made out of rock? How in the hell?
The past does not die so easily.
It's magic. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I would know.
But anyway, is there anything you want to share? Anything I should know?
Is there anything she should know, Philip? I'm trying to think. I feel like there's as much that I have that she doesn't know about me.
I feel like this is an interesting situation because basically what Sha'Nehl just did is, listen, I need to confess something. So after tonight, when I outed us as being involved in this thing that most people want to take vengeance for and destroy the world, I might sort of be responsible for you being murdered and also we're staying in your murderer's house. Now you confess something to me.
Oh, it's just, is there anything I should know? If not, that is fine.
This feels like when someone did something that you need them to confess for, so you make up something batshit and hope that they tell you. And oh my god, I love it.
Gotta get something off my
It's
chest.
amazing. Leo, I mean, I'll phrase like this. Do you wish to, would you confess something to Sha'Nehl at this point? Would you
I
share?
can't think of something to confess.
How does this feel to be three persons in one body?
Crowded.
Could say he must confess it's killing him.
I did not kill him. I just didn't stop the murder.
Ah man.
You got outplayed.
I could
Kylantha
not.
Dark is
I
very good.
wanted to.
Well, as you consider this, Leo, there certainly are things that Leo knows, specifically that Leopold knows. I mean, actually, all three of your people know some things, but if you are not just moved to try to dredge something up to confess, then you can kind of leave it there. And actually, we will say that the two of you are now approaching that safe house here in Cook Park, and we're going to cut to an area of Hollyberry. Little shadier part of Hollyberry Grove.
On Hollyberry and Sunset? Is that where we're going?
Sunrise.
Yeah.
Well, actually, a reference. You guys are on Sundown Street.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh no!
And so Duchess, as you sort of are walking him down that street, Luminus, you definitely get a sense as you're eating an ice cream. Deduct a couple copper. You've got a couple ice cream cones here as the night's gone on. You've got a couple, but neither of them are amazing. But of course, you're enjoying them. You notice that Duchess is taking you down kind of like a slightly shadier path. A lot of cars kind of driving slowly, having strange kind of conversations with various inkts who are sort of walking the streets. And Duchess, you were specifically looking for sort of some bug form. Is that correct?
I mean,
Do you look specifically for bugs or sadists? Or
no, they would be dominatrix.
oh yeah, that's.
I guess there's no reason why it would have to be a bug, but I guess because I don't know the way that the prostitute ring is run into town. With like one person.
You probably wouldn't. Yeah, I mean it's not
Yeah.
it's not an area of things. So you can, you've come to the street where you know that goes down. And you definitely see some inked kind of like I mean it's kind of like there's an overpass. It's some real and there's like just shafts of stark light coming out of various
Okay, yeah. I guess I will look for either like bug or insects, and I will also look for women who are like they look, not that they'd be just like clad in leather, but kind of are giving off the dominatrix vibe.
In red.
Well, no one's in red.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Dredging up traumas.
Hold on, let me roll real quick. Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on. Like, oh, this place.
So,
I mean, if we don't see any, that's fine, because it's not like I know who all her friends are. I just.
I guess like how would you want to think about talking? Like who would you approach? What would your
If I saw someone that even like has a chance of knowing Dottie, I would just kind of walk up and say, oh hey, how you doing?
Okay. Well, there is one sort of like insect form inked.
Type of insect are we talking here?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well,
butterfly.
She got legs for days.
8 of them.
Spiders, yeah. I was saying
Oh,
spiders.
she's a spider. Fuck no, I'm not going.
What about
no.
1,000 of them? 1,000
I'm actually
legs
trying.
for days.
I just rolled something here, and I'm just
Caterpillar
really
would be
trying.
legs for days.
Dragonfly.
I'm really just trying to like make the pun of this work.
Oh. Is she a black
God.
widow?
No, it's I mean I can certainly attempt to crowdsource this. Oh, got it. Never mind.
Okay.
The great unveiling.
It's a pretty upsetting thing, but you do see an inked in the shape of a louse.
Ah. Okay.
And he actually has a fur coat that seems like it's made out of hair.
Ew. Like human hair?
Yes, like he's an inked, but he's wearing a human
Oh, this
hair
is rough.
coat.
Okay.
But he's
Okay.
he's kind of just
Alrighty.
and he's
Glad
just
I'm
he's
not
got
there.
like he's got like a scarf around his neck, and he's very good looking for a drawing of a louse that apparently some people
Okay.
want to have sex with. He's kind of like
Louse?
trying
Really?
to talk to some car, Yeah, you'll hear it. You'll hear it when you get to it. But
It's a cartoon.
That's the person who may be sort of closest
Okay.
to it. Yep.
I guess. You said he was talking to someone in a car?
He was, but the car's driving away and he's not in it. And he just
Okay.
seems to be in a bit of a huff.
Sure. Okay. I guess I'll go up and talk to the louse in a human hair coat.
Mm-hmm. That's what a louse would collect. But yeah.
Collect. So it's not even like one shade. It's just like multiple different.
Different textures. Yeah, for sure. But sort of he sort of turns and kind of sizes you up and goes. Actually, as soon as he sees you, Duchess, he goes, "Oh, well, there goes the neighborhood. Looks like the high-class models are moving in here. Listen, please, can you just stick to the hotels?"
Gentrification.
Wow, impressive muscle you've got here. My goodness.
There's
nowhere for me to even burrow in those scales.
Oh, thank you. I'm just licking ice cream, by the way. Like,
I do appreciate you thinking I have what it takes, but no, I'm not here for that. I just have a couple of questions for you.
Oh.
Sorry, I just and this is me, assuming on my part, and I do apologize for that. But did you know a Miss Dottie Snurd?
You don't seem like a cop.
Oh, honey, no,
Mainly
I'm
'cause
not.
Cops typically don't have those kinds of bazongas.
They do not. No, it gets in the way. The gun pullout is way too slow for them.
And he's definitely not a cop.
No, he likes ice cream way too much. Not enough donuts.
Oh. Well, all right. As it happens, I am somewhat familiar with Dottie. What's your name, sweetheart?
Oh, I'm Duchess Contessa. Mm-hmm.
Duchess Contessa. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
name.
It is, yeah. Shh.
I'm Jerry Jigalouse. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jerry.
I thought you were going nice.
No, okay. That is
I have to write this down.
going to haunt me.
Are you sure we're not in a day plane of dread already?
It is Jerry with a G. Like the Gus Van Sant movie. I'm gonna put that
Okay.
into.
Oh,
It's
it's
not
a
a
G. Of course it
J,
is. Of course.
I'm putting that into Twitch chat. Flip it over there
alright.
for a second.
Is the jiggle with a G or a J?
No, it's
It's
definitely
a
G.
It's like a
Okay, it's up. Also upsetting.
Jerry
I put down
Jigalouse.
J for both.
It's nice to meet you, and he kind of extends. How many arms does
I
it last?
totally got
Okay.
it.
Duchess is not grossed out by this. Absolutely not. But so whatever.
Does everybody else's hair
disgust-
suddenly itch?
Whatever disgust you see coming out of me is not Duchess. It's just something I cannot control.
Understood. He
I-
reaches out to you with a clawed hand and kind of will shake
Duchess
it if
shakes
you
it.
offer
Yep.
it. Yep.
I just how I'm like honestly shaking right now.
I'm just a Jigalouse.
Shaking and
I go
crying
in every
right
house.
Okay. I forgot. Why am I even Dottie? Okay, Dottie. All right. When was the last time you saw Dottie?
Ooh, well, Dottie's really moved up in the world, you understand. She, I mean, I don't want to say that our paths went different directions, but you would never catch Dottie here.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's connected, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well,
You mean she's got good clientele now?
yes, exactly. But she also kind of got introduced to them by, Duchess, you seem like I'm kind of surprised I haven't actually... You must have been in pictures. I don't recognize you.
It was a long time ago, like a different life even.
Oh. Well, there's a painted, you understand. Maybe you know her. Do you know Irene?
Was her the last name?
Well, Irene the Iron.
Mm-hmm. Do I know Irene the Iron?
I'm actually going to ask you to make, you could do, what intelligence-based skills do you have? I'm gonna try to think of a way.
You're talking to the intelligence-deprived party.
Yeah.
Well, now intelligence
Scrack's
is fine.
gone. Okay. Do you have,
R.I.P. Scrakk.
Do you have performance?
Shockingly, no.
Wow.
Okay, look. Acrobatics, deception, integrity, perception, persuasion, stealth, land vehicles, calligraphy, tinkers, brewers.
Make an integrity check. Let's see if you're familiar
Bitch.
with the reputation.
Oh.
Okay, so we are at 15.
The name actually does ring a bell. You have never seen her, you've never met her, but there is definitely a famous inked and painted named Irene the Iron, and you were more familiar with her in the days sort of like before the color was lost. Irene the Iron is basically like an iron, but she would make herself be all sorts of irons. She could be like a clothes iron or a curling iron. She would get things very hot, and she was sort of she was a studio boss. She was the first tune who was like a producer at studios and was briefly in charge of one of the studios. Things went really bad for her when the color was leached out of the world, because she could no longer, though she could still smack people with her heat and steam, it wasn't hot anymore. She couldn't create the heat. She couldn't kind of light a fire under the screenwriter's ass any longer. And kind of with the turnarounds and kind of the ways that people were thinking differently about tune content now. She kind of, you haven't heard anything about her in these past few years. I'll phrase it like that.
I've heard of her. She hasn't, I haven't like seen her in anything lately, but no, I've heard that name for sure. Yeah, she's famous.
Well, she, when she was kind of kicked out of the movies, as so many of us were, because now nobody wants to watch us and all the color that the painted could bring.
I would.
Oh.
I don't know about these pictures in particular, but I'm just saying.
I understand. You would look so good with hair. Anyway, I give people scalp massages, you understand. Or, well, depending on who they are, I massage other places too. But in any case,
I don't feel good.
I don't have hair, luckily.
Okay. Yep.
I'm glad all I'm doing is being a tourist up the Hollyberry Walk of
if you're
Fame.
just walking around like, Hollyberry's amazing. It's so bright and shiny. And meanwhile, there's this like louse.
We're on Hollyberry and Vine or something.
When I thought of doing this, I never thought this is, if I had even an inkling that we would go down this path, I would not have gone down this path.
In any case, Duchess.
Always expect the worst.
Jerry will sort of indicate that as far as he knows, Dottie was connected to some very high-level people through Irene the Iron, who, ever since things kind of went south for her in the movie business, she seems to have turned to more criminal enterprises.
Okay.
Jerry has no idea which gang she works with.
Okay.
Which, if any gang, maybe she's more just kind of like a general power broker. But he will tell you that Irene is... Dottie is not the first inked whom Irene has kind of like, not scooped up, but kind of pulled out of obscurity and kind of found these new alternative means of getting by since the sort of movie business collapsed for tunes.
Okay. And also, I'm honestly warm right now. I feel, Jesus. All right, it's okay.
This is, I get it. It's too much. But Jerry Jigglehouse is such a good name. I'm sorry.
Nope. You're not wrong. All right. Just one last question. Do you know who Dottie went to see last night specifically? Do you guys ever talk about clients? Did you guys have any overlap?
I really haven't seen Dottie since she sort of went bigger, but I do actually know there was another girl she would work with sometimes. She's not a bug though.
Oh, what is she?
And I'm okay with it now.
Yeah.
Can I talk to her?
Yeah. What's her name? What's her deal? You know.
Her name was, well, she's gone by a few different names. Shelly. I think now she's calling herself Toots the Tortoise. Anyway, she's but I think sometimes Dottie would bring her in because I guess some of her clients enjoyed. I mean, personally, I can't understand if all of Dottie's arms aren't enough for you, why you need more hands than that. But you know.
That's a good question. Yeah.
So in any case, but yeah, I think she's Toots the Tortoise, but she works. I know she's worked with Dottie. I saw her a couple nights ago. He'll reference like, you know, just some local bar around here where various tunes will occasionally hang out.
Cool.
But he'll say, but I feel like Toots. She actually has some. I think she does appear in some kids' cartoons from time to time. So I think you can find her on the studios.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You've been so helpful, Jerry. Thank you so much. I will recommend you to anyone that's looking for something like you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, if you know anyone who has, I feel like I have chat up right now, and I feel like this is going too far. So, in that case, I'll simply say that Jerry Jigalouse, just expresses very frankly the kinds of people who are interested in his services and what they want. Luminus, please make me a wisdom saving throw.
Is this like the Forrest Gump scene where the Bubba is talking about all the ways to use shrimp, just with that?
Basically.
20, not natural.
A 20. You managed to not drop your ice cream. Whether or not you still, and then you keep eating it, amazing. Yes, with a 20, you're like. I love on 30 Rock, Liz Lemon gets a cookie for donating blood. And she's like excited to eat it all day, and it's wrapped up on her desk. And she comes in and she sees Frank eating it. And she goes, "Aw, you're eating my blood cookie." And he goes, "What? Ew, what?" Anyway,
Lewis would absolutely do that too.
So that is Toots the Tortoise. She used to be Shelly. I thought that was kind of funny. I was pretty proud of that.
That's very cute. No, I do like it. Yep.
Dude, really a tortoise?
Meanwhile,
Uh,
Michael
be a
Moose. Oh,
turtle.
Michael Moose. I've seen his pictures when I was in Trachaloy. Oh, man. I
Hey,
finally see Michael Moose's star.
I'm in rarefied air. Everything's going great for Dominic. My bar's getting prepared.
I found his star.
My boss isn't
Oh wait,
gonna
is
yell
it
at
the
me.
television star or the voice recording
Ooh.
star?
That's a great point, actually.
You always gotta look at the symbol. Wait a minute, is that the right one?
Oof, no, rolls really high. That's movies. So what's the moose's name? I'll make sure he's mentioned.
Michael Moose.
Michael Moose. Dom sees his movie star on You made it, Michael, and so did I. All right. Well, that was deeply upsetting. Let's cut
Yeah.
back.
I do want to say one thing to Luminus as we start walking
Sure.
towards our apartment. My apartment. Well, me and my husband's apartment. Luminus, just one thing, and I need you on board with this, or I will turn back around and not take you back. You cannot tell Freddie that we met at a bar.
Okay. Is there?
Mhm.
Is he scared of bars or?
No, nothing like that. Nothing so simple. No. I just
He doesn't-
we met at a support group called Color Me Depressed, and I can't stress enough that that's where I've been going every night.
Oh.
And so,
Oh, this so works though, because that's someone else who would be depressed by the lack of color.
Yeah.
Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this works so well. Yeah.
yeah,
I wasn't on board, but I'm kind of more on board now.
yeah. So,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can do that.
and if you so much Freddie, Luminus, I'm not, this is,
Yeah, I'm not-
you
I'm
so
not
much
even-
as just like pretend, if you joke about letting him know, I will kill you on the spot. Just absolutely, in the middle of my living room, I'll fucking off you, man. You don't,
Have you murdered anyone in your apartment like that?
in my apartment, no.
Wow.
So I would be, and that's I'm just not gonna stop the line of questioning. Okay.
That's probably best. Yeah. So just,
So he doesn't know. that
no,
you-
I couldn't. He just got over it so quickly, and I couldn't just disappoint that sweet face of his. And I just, yeah. I just,
All right. I'll just ask him a bunch of questions about him, make the conversation about him.
that works. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Not wait to see this Frank. Meet
Freddie.
Oh,
Very
boy.
good.
Well,
He's a
we are
sweetheart.
now going to cut back to Sha'Nehl and Leo.
Oh, okay.
You guys are at the safe house. Sha'Nehl, if you're,
I'll check the whatever security thing I put on the door to know if there was anybody in. Like a good spy
No
trap.
one, no roll required for this. Nobody has entered. However, Sha'Nehl,
Mhm.
one of the planter boxes has been, sort of like tilted to one side, and that is a signal that, Typo can meet you, or you can chat with Typo. This place probably even has a secure phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would tell Leo about it. That, my connection from the agency has a message for me.
I should probably switch to Leopold for this. He is the only one of the three of us who really was involved in the project.
Okay.
Very good. Are we meeting your friend now or later?
I will call him.
Good. All right. I'll wait right here. Not going anywhere.
So we go inside, I guess, and yeah.
You put in a call to Typo. Typo will answer. He'll answer by saying, "Ring, ring, 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 ring."
Ring, ring, ring. Hello there. This is Lydia.
Yeah, this is you can say who you are. I know who you
Okay.
are. This phone's clean. Unlike my underarms.
Or your underwear.
No.
No.
No. That's too far, Sha'Nehl. You always go too far.
I'm sorry. What
Every
do you
time.
have for me?
Well, I have some information.
Oh.
I actually found out a little something. I wound up bumping into someone in the men's room, and after we cleaned each other off, Sha'Nehl, are you sure you want to hear all this? I really think you should let well enough alone.
Too late for that.
I mean, somebody's trying to kill you.
Most
I'm sure
definitely.
Okay, well, all right. We got a couple things on Tasha. One, Tasha apparently has accrued some pretty considerable debts.
Ooh. Gambling?
Well, among other things.
Sex?
Ooh, no. Wait, are you telling me something?
No, I'm just guessing.
I think it's bad investments and yes, a little gambling. It seems like she kind of maybe was in some money to some various people, but that's not why people are sort of most worried about her right now. But Sha'Nehl, oh boy, can you hear me? I'm pulling my collar all the way over, Sha'Nehl. Can you hear it?
I can totally hear it. It kind of squeaks.
Yeah, thanks. Well, sorry, I'm just nervous. I squeak when I'm nervous. I heard a little bit about what it is that Tashi has been saying. Why people were so upset. Oh boy. Sha'Nehl, are you sure you don't just want to leave this well enough alone? I think it would be better for you if you did.
I will know if I want to leave it alone after you told me what it is.
Oh, brother. All right. Tashia thinks that she's been voicing an opinion and she's been accusing some of the higher ups of maybe authorizing this, but whether or not it was their fault or not, she's been saying, please don't punch me through the phone. Oh wait, you're not attuned. You can't, thank God. Tashia thinks that Halia is the one who sort of made the decision to take color completely out of the equation when she set it off.
Oh. There was an option not to?
Well, that's what she's saying. See, a lot of people said Halia had no option, you know, and that they're even saying she might have even intended to. She just did it because she had to, because the gate to the other side was opening. But Tashi is thinking Halia did it on purpose. She says some of the numbers add up, and I don't know. I know that's hard for you to hear, but
Halia is dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Was anybody else in on it too?
What do you mean in on it?
Did anybody else knew there was an option not to?
I don't even know that there wasn't an option not to. I'm just telling you what Tashia said. For all we know, Tashia was saying this to get a shakedown out of Elgrave or something. I'm just saying,
Did
I know...
Tashia think there was a way to fix this? Bring color back?
I haven't heard anyone saying something like that. I mean, well, let me rephrase that. I hear everybody on the street praying that can happen, but no, I haven't heard Tashia saying that. I haven't heard anything about her saying that. Sha'Nehl, here's the problem. Everybody knows how close you were with Halia. So,
yes.
If this is
but
true...
I did not know this.
If I were you, I would... That's why I'm telling you it's probably better for you to leave alone and definitely not get tangled up with Tachio Brunoni. That isn't going to be a good look for you. Like, I know I was telling you I might want you to come back into the service, but especially if people know you've been asking about this, people might have questions. You know, one crazy bugbear saying all this just is a crazy bugbear screaming in the wind. If you get mixed up with her, if Halia's old, mannequin's involved, then people start listening.
This is so strange. I know less than ever.
Yeah, well, that's ode for you. Welcome to the poem.
Indeed. Thank you, Typo, very much. I'm in your debt.
Yeah, well, if I'm gonna cash in that debt and say you should get out of this, you should just completely forget all this. Do us both a favor.
Maybe I should get out of town, you say?
Couldn't hurt.
I might just do that. Thank you very much, Typo.
Wait a minute, that sounded cryptic. What are you... All right.
Well, fascinating information about my old colleague Halia's role in the project.
So I do have to pause because that was a phone conversation. Are you sharing that with Leo?
Yeah,
I would have been listening in, like...
You picked up the other line? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the other line or something.
Perfect.
Perhaps Tasha can enlighten us as to why Project Skipwoods went so wrong after my absence. Because when I was on the project, it was not the intention to drain the color from the entire multiverse. Far from it.
It probably moved faster after you left.
I do not understand why Halia would want to do this.
Can't imagine why.
I do not understand. But
things really accelerated when he wasn't there talking anymore. The rate of speed.
This brings up a question. If Halia did this on purpose, could have your accident, your sabotage accident might have been her doing as well? Maybe
Anything's
if she
possible.
wanted you out of the way, you think? Oh,
I would have
but-
been the biggest opponent to the decision to pull the trigger, that's true.
Oh my gosh. This is getting very complicated.
I'll say.
We'll need
Where the
help.
hell did you come from?
Ah! Orc in the window! Thought you ought to know!
There's something on the plane.
That's just me speaking while back in the bar drinking. It's like, yeah, this is really complicated, isn't it, man?
I
At least my
will
window's
leave
getting
it
fixed.
up to you how much you want to share with the others, but we will need their help, I think.
Perhaps I should come out with my role in things if only to spare Leon and Leona from any blame misplaced by our friends. Any blame should be placed should be on me alone.
It
My
is your
failure to finish the
decision.
project.
Well, you were blown up. That is not exactly a failure.
Well, it's a failure of absence, I suppose.
Well, I failed to stop the sabotage. But
Oh,
I
we're
was
all
given...
failures together then, it seems.
Yeah, we are two big failures.
Well,
But
this has been a delightful conversation, Sha'Nehl, but I must
Yes.
retire to the wall and simply stand still for 4 hours to get my rest.
yes, if I had humans, I would be very ashamed right now. But fortunately, I do not. Do you want to play some cards to pass the night away? I am proficient in cards.
You actually
Tarot cards,
can't.
but I'm guessing
You
playing
can
cards
play
too.
cards, although it seems like Leo may just want some. May literally want to stand in
Then I
silence.
just play with
I
my.
may
What
need
is
some
it called?
alone time to stand.
Solitaire.
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 Yes.
If he doesn't want to play.
Well, oh my god. So here's, I'm gonna just say this out. Here's my problem. We have to go to Duchess's house, but it's like 9:24.
I'm ready to keep going.
Let's go. Yeah,
Is
keep
it
it.
can we go?
I need to fucking see this house, like, immediately.
Are you,
I don't
Duchess,
care.
is this
how
okay?
long
I
it
know
is.
you.
Yeah, I'm not driving in tomorrow, so I'm good. Yeah.
Then we're gonna.
But
just, we're
also, it's an apartment. Please, let's not build up expectations.
So-
Oh, it's not the apartment I'm interested in.
Yeah. So basically, Luminus, Duchess leads you up a building in. It is not a bad building, but it's like.
Okay.
You know,
But
it's-
before we enter the building, though, I'm
Yeah.
just like, all right, just to make sure I understand things. We met at Color Me Depressed,
Yes.
and you don't want him to know you've been drinking,
Yes.
or just
What about her breath? Can you smell booze on her breath? Or
Hasn't
it
been
doesn't
drinking
happen with
tonight.
tunes?
I'm not gonna try because I just assume she has a whole routine to cover everything up. All right, just making sure I know the drill. Let's do this.
So, you guys make it to the top of. She's not like on the
Freddie-
top floor or anything, but go ahead.
Freddie does know that I work at the bar now. That I got a job at the bar.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Are you telling me that, or
I'm telling Philip just in case.
okay?
So, Duchess, as you guys get there, there's like a jazzy tune is playing over your phonograph from inside. You hear it through the door. You've got your keys.
I go in.
All right, you open the door. What you see, Luminus, is an extremely cramped and crowded apartment. The walls and much of the furniture is like normal material, but a lot of like the decor on the wall and some like little like knickknacks and things are inked and painted. They are animated objects. Ha! Spell. Kind of you sort of see this stuff. There is a Murphy bed against one wall that's been set up. On the underside of the Murphy bed is kind of like a picture of Duchess, of Duchess Contessa and Freddie. I have to text KJ one thing.
It's under the Murphy bed.
It's basically so it's like when the Murphy bed's up, that part of the wall has like a decor.
Okay.
Sort of walking in here, and then sort of in the middle of the room, sort of putting on a tie, kind of turning back. There also the phonograph here is like it's like one of those like horn phonographs, and like the mouth is singing, you know.
Does the animated furniture move or anything, or is it just
some of the animated things move? Like yes, like the animated photograph, like the voice of it is singing, and there's little notes kind of coming out of it that are also singing. But in the middle of it, putting a tie on is a small fox. He's about what, like 2.5 feet tall, or so, something like that.
Give or take.
Oh my god, your last name is Fox.
He kind of turns back at you and says,
"Yeah, I don't.
says,
God, I feel so whatever."
He's like, "Great. Yeah. Well,
Stupid.
Fuck.
he just says, honey, you're home," and he kind of walks over and will give you a kiss. And then kind of puts out a furry paw. Says, "Well, welcome, boy. You are a big.
Wait, he's only 2.5 feet tall.
Big gentleman here. You are a
Yeah,
very,
I'm over 6 feet, so it's like
you're
okay.
you're a tall person here.
He's a big
well,
guy
please,
for you.
Welcome to our home. I have some canapes. I've got canapes.
You have canopy to eat?
Yes. That's appetizers, snacks.
Oh.
He just
Thank
kind
you.
of shows a platter of Ritz crackers with cheese whiz and an olive on top of each.
I'll start taking some.
Great. And for honey, I made your favorite. And he just kind of presents you with a platter of just a bunch of like crazy looking animated food. A bunch of like cakes and pastries, and they're all going, "Don't eat us, please, please, don't eat us, please."
Petcher will just pop a couple in, yeah.
He's like, yeah, she enjoys. She enjoys that. So what's your name there, friend?
So much.
What's your name?
My name's Luminus. Sorry for not
Here,
introducing
just
myself.
why don't you here? I think maybe you can sit on the sofa, and that might maybe that'll fit you just to sit on.
Does it
Not-
fit?
I
Sofa
warned him
has
that it
little
may not
legs.
fit. I just
The sofa for you is basically like is basically like a chair. You're just spread
Okay.
across the whole thing. Your knees up. It's like the sofa. Cool. Yep, that's definitely not a chair made for multiple tunes, but yep.
Okay.
Well, sure. Hope you're. Well, here, have some more. He sets more canapes like on your knees, just a platter of them. There you go.
Thank you.
Well, okay. And then he kind of looks around. And he's looking at various objects. He looks at one of his suitcases. He kind of just glares at it, and the suitcase is like. The suitcase, these two little eyes pop out at the top of it and go. And he goes. And the suitcase comes over and then tilts over, and he sort of sits on it and like motions for Duchess to come sit on his lap, in a very kind of
And she
lovingly
does.
style, and she does, and now he's like, so anyway, I try to like peek over her. So tell me about yourself, Luminus.
Oh, well, I'm a traveler. Just in town, enjoying cuisine.
Oh, you're a traveler, so you came to the meeting. So you go to different meeting in different towns.
Yeah, I mean, if I happen to find some of them.
I'm sorry. Should I not bring up the?
It's fine. I'm on a farther step than she is, so